So, why are spiritual YouTube channels pushing fear-based narratives? Hey guys, it's John sitting here in my living room on a beautiful day, drinking a fabulous mug of water. Today is, as I'm filming this, it is currently day 4 of the water fast. I'm 4 days into nothing but water. I feel great, and I'll be making a video about that later today. There's a lot of these spiritual YouTube channels out there that I like to watch, or at least I used to. One of them was a young woman who was really, when she started her channel, she was really at the beginning of a spiritual awakening, leaving Christianity behind. And I used to like to watch her channels because she was always very inquisitive and always trying to find, the best outcome and her own personal truth. Well, recently I started noticing her channel change. Now she's pushing the fear-based narratives. She's now talking about the cover-ups, the lies, all of the experiences, and her channel has exploded. She's gotten a lot more viewers in that process. But why is this? Conspiracy, lies, prophecy sells. And the reason they sell is because here in the present moment, none of them are provable. All of them are justifications for actions. I am getting angry about this, so I am going to take an action here. I am worried about that there, so I'm going to take an action here. And what they're doing is they're profiting off of these ideas that are fear-based. When you look at the general landscape of spiritual YouTube, you'll find very quickly that if you were to type in things like, they lied to us, you're going to find hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos that have that in the title. They lied to us. Why is this? Because they want you to feel like you have been cheated. They want you to feel like something was done against you. They want you to feel like you need to figure something out to change your experience. And what they're doing is they're selling you a solution. But when you actually watch their videos, it's all clickbait. It's all based on stuff that people are claiming happened, but that none of them ever have any evidence of it happening. There's no evidence that the Vatican lied to you about anything. There's no evidence that the 2025 is going to be a year of retribution or a year of ascension. Or this is all spiritual prophecy about the next year. But there's nothing set in the future, especially if you have free will, which is what the Bible says you have. Whatever you ask in God's name is granted if you have faith. That means you have free will to ask. And what the YouTube channels are doing right now is they are pushing fear-based ideologies, specifically to get more clicks on their videos so that they can make more money in ad revenue. And I think it is a absolute abhorrent thing to do, because in my personal opinion, my personal belief is we're all here to empower each other. We're all here to help one another come to that level of divinity within ourselves, to come to the space to realize, just be loving. I leave you one commandment, love one another. It does not say, I leave you one commandment, make everyone fearful so that they buy your product. And that's what these channels are doing. They are being entrepreneurial, and they're making money off of your fears and your anxieties. All the power is within you. There's not a need to be afraid. Every moment is a moment of creation, and you're the pinpoint of creation in your life. You get to create. And quite honestly, if you succumb to people's fears or fear-based marketing, you're living their life and not your own. That's when Mother Teresa said, that she wouldn't go to an anti-war rally, have a pro-peace rally, and I'll come. Think about that. She was focusing on the peace. She was focusing on being the outcome as opposed to succumbing to a fear-based ideology. Bhagavad Gita says, thought by thought you forge your destiny, therefore to keep your mind on the positive rather than the negative is considered the austerity of the mind. That's because the thought by thought, we are creating our destiny. In other words, we are creating the experience. And if we're focused on the fear-based marketing of people who are just trying to succumb to their own love of money, then what's going to happen is you're going to support that fear, and that fear is going to grow within you, and then your outer expression is just going to show you fearful things because that is your faith. Your faith, the world you are creating around you is a product of your belief. Buddha says, what you think you become, you create your world. And so many of these spiritual channels are no longer telling you the powers within you. They're telling you the things are out of your control because you've been lied to, and they've been hiding things from you, and there's secret knowledge that you don't have, or that next year it's going to be horrific, or next year you're going to ascend, or next year you're going to be one of the chosen, or next year you're going to be one of the people who is left behind. They're telling you all these things that are out of the present moment because the present moment is where true spirituality lies. The past is just a collection of present moment memories. The future is just a place where we set goals for our next present moment. But if you take this moment and you make your belief about tomorrow fearful, you're going to see fearful things come into your experience. And when it comes back to, are you seeking truth, or are you being trapped into a fear-based ideology of people telling you stories? Because that's all they are. They're just telling you stories about fearful things, but their motive is not to help you. Their motive is to sell you their product. I want to change the world, so make sure you're buying all of my meditation bundle, right? Starting video. I need all of you to buy my meditation bundle so that I can get the most of us together to create a different world, because if we don't, it's going to be a fearful thing tomorrow. That's all. That is literally just fear-based marketing. And they're saying that the Vatican lied to you, or the church lied to you, or they lied to you about whatever, Jesus or whatever. They've been saying that for years, right? And the prophecies of tomorrow, very interesting. Since the death of Joshua, a couple thousand years ago, there have been over 2,000 times that the world was supposed to end. I did a video on this. I made a list of hundreds of dates that the end of the world was supposed to have happened. The only thing they only had in common, they were all wrong. Every one of them. Tomorrow is just a construct of our belief of today. And if we take today and we focus on the fear-based marketing, we start to believe the fear-based things. This concept of the 5D, it's a convoluted mess, because now you have to do this, and this to get to the 5D. Guess what it does? It sells books. It sells online courses. It sells meditation bundles. It sells all this stuff because that's what the business of that is, to make you fearful that you either will not be one of the ones, or that you are going to be left behind, or that you've been lied to and you have the secret knowledge that's going to change your life forever. The only thing that changes your life is you. Your belief about the now is what changes your experience. And you don't need the meditation bundle. You don't need, even I have meditations that I sell. I never tell you need them. I have them because they're an ancillary thing that if you want it, that's great. But there's nothing you've ever heard me say on the channel that says you need something I have. And in reality, if you want the information I have 1,700 videos on the channel that are completely free, that talk about my beliefs, talk about everything I'm talking about. Everything I'm talking about. You can get everything I teach right on my channel, right? I'm not saying you have to come into my special group or you have to do these certain things, right? I offer things like, hey, if you want to get a meditation, here they are. But it is not. I'm not scaring you into that. I'm just saying I have them. There they are. What do? They help me keep making 1,700 videos. They help me have a channel, a product. My product is my channel. My product is what I put out online. It's free. You can have it. But I will tell you this. Every one of my videos talks about the power within you. It does not tell you that you have to have these things to get your power, or you have to know those things to get your power. They are selling you disempowerment. That channel that I mentioned earlier about the woman who was so, on her journey doing that, and now she's selling Conspiracy. She actually made a comment on one of my videos the other day. And she's like, you're misleading people to talk about the Essenes this way. And then she started spewing all this New Age ideology that has no basis in anything. Anything. She was talking about the Essenes, and the only documented evidence we have of the Essenes is the Dead Sea Scrolls, and it never mentions Jesus or healing. They're Judaic texts. They're copies of old books from the Torah, right? They have nothing to do, but all of this ideology is, she was saying, you're misleading people to say the Essenes were this because they were really this, and this. And then she started laying out all this New Age stuff that she was selling ideas for. That concept of you don't know, or you're being lied to, or you don't know, this is just marketing, as I said.
And now a quick word from our sponsor. Coffee Time with John. This channel runs off coffee, so get your coffee and tea at johnsjoe.com.
But the thing is, there are timeless truths. The golden rule is found in all of the spiritual ideologies. Treat others as you want to be treated. That's the golden rule. It's found in all of them. Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity, Islam, Baha'i. Everyone says, don't be a butthead. Right? Everyone talks about kindness. He who knows not kindness has no faith. That's the Prophet Muhammad in the Quran. Right? My religion is simple. My religion is kindness, the Dalai Lama. Right? That ideology is found in all of the ideas. The spiritual truths are out there and free. And it's a simple message. Be loving, be kind, and the world is loving and kind back to you. Put compassion into the world, and you will see a compassionate world around you. When I traveled through Egypt, I was treated like a prince everywhere I went, and I ran into another guy who everywhere he went, they wanted to fight him. And the difference was, I was creating my world, and he was creating his world, and he was creating fearfully and having a horrible time, and I was creating from love and compassion, and I was having a loving and compassionate time. You are the pinpoint of your universe. You are the core of the experience of your life. And it always comes back to your belief. What you think you become, you create your world. You can ask mountains to move, and it'll move. Nothing's impossible for you. These ideas of fear-based lies and conspiracies and either doom or nirvana-like prophecy is all just the idea of taking that power away from you and saying these are things outside of you that you don't know or that you should worry about or be concerned about. And in reality, you only live in one moment. The past is just a collection of present moment memories. Future is just a place where you set goals for your next present moment. But every experience of your life has been in the present moment. And what they are leveraging, what these spiritual YouTubers are leveraging, is the past and the future, not the present. They're not showing you your empowerment here and now. They're literally showing you the disempowerment of alternate time frames. And those alternate time frames are improvable. The things they're saying are completely unprovable. And so they have this product that they can sell that they never have to prove to be true. But they're not saying here and now, like all of the texts say, all of the spiritual avatars of old say, that the power is within you, the kingdom of heaven is within you. No, those things are within you. It does not, that these ideologies that they're selling are just to sell products. I sell coffee. Yep, I sure do. Did I ever tell you need it? Many of you think you need coffee, but in reality, you don't need coffee. Why do I sell it? Because it lets me have a living so that I can make videos. That's exactly why, right? Have I ever told you need it for your salvation? Have I ever told you that you need it to move forward in your life? Or have I ever told you that Juan Valdez lied to you about the coffee you're drinking? Never once in my life. And I like Juan. I think he's a great guy, right? This idea that we have these things in our past or our future that take the power away from us or take the knowledge away from us is just a product they're selling. When someone starts talking to you about the past being something you don't know about or an impending future that's either going to be good or bad, that's a red flag. The second they start talking out of time frames and getting out of the matrix and all these things, they're literally telling you that you are not empowered. That these are all the reasons why you're not empowered, and these are all the things you'd be afraid of, and here's the product that will sell it and say save you. That one woman who I just talked about, she's now selling a course that you have to take. And, her channel has exploded because she's selling fear. My channel hasn't exploded because I don't, and I never will. I will never sell fear because it's disempowering. And it's not my spiritual truth. I believe that God is love, and I believe scaring people to your product is not loving. I believe it is the sign of someone who has fallen into the love of money. And I'm making a decent living selling my coffee, selling my products, getting some donations now and again. But I'm not a multimillionaire doing all kinds of things like that because I don't need to be a multimillionaire. I'm very happy living the life I'm living. And would it be nice to have more? Sure it would. All of us would like to have a little more, right? But do I need it? No. Am I scaring people to do that? I will never do that because that would be against my own spirituality. It would be against my own spirituality to tell you to be afraid. And I will tell you because I'm saying this. Because I'm saying this right now. I will get comments from people say that I'm scaring people about other teachers. No, I'm just pointing out what they're doing. They are allowed to sell. They're allowed to be an entrepreneur, but you don't have to be a customer. The power is within you. Everything you need is right inside you all the time. And if they're telling you you need their course or you need their meditation bundle or we have to get enough people meditating from my bundle so that we can go to the next level of ascension on this planet, that's just fear-based marketing. And that one in particular is fear-based marketing from someone who planned out his entrepreneurial trip being a spiritual guru on YouTube, because I was there when that conversation happened. So think about that. It's not about the millions of dollars. It's about your empowerment within. And if they're just selling you something that they say you need, or that if we don't get enough people doing this, that's not spirituality. That's marketing. And when you look at it from the idea of what's the greatest marketing tool in the world? Fear. That's why the rapture became so popular. Not biblical, invented in 1830 by John Nelson Darby, but it's a great fear-based selling tool. These ideas are not new. The New Age movement and the spiritual YouTubers are not selling anything new. They're just selling fear. And they're telling you need to do this. And if you're disempowered, so you need my course. And there will be people who are out there who are spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on these courses because they feel they need them, or they're afraid if I don't get that course. I've often thought about creating a course. I've often thought about it. The only reason I haven't, pulled the trigger on that one is because of the fact that how would I market it? Hey, come take my loving course and create a more loving life in your world. That's not necessarily the most powerful marketing tool. Hey, if we don't do this, the destruction of the world is imminent. Buy this course and we can save the world. Much better marketing. I'll never do it. I'll never do it because it's in my personal belief, it's wrong. It's wrong to scare people. It's wrong to tell people they've been lied to. It's wrong to tell people that they are disempowered and that if you don't buy my product, I won't be able to do this. There's a lot of YouTubers out there that I really like as people, but I see this happening as a trend. People are literally succumbing to their love of money and suddenly changing their content to scare people. And you'll see video thumbnails where I'm like this, right? And you'll see them doing the same thing, right? But for me, I'm like, I'm joking around about it. They're actually literally trying to scare you, right? I have funny faces and they have funny faces, but most of the time they're like in desperation. To me, it's just fear-based marketing. And understand this. These YouTube channels who are pushing fear are putting fear into your consciousness in the now. And now is the moment of your creation. So in the comments below this video, I want you to talk about or reference something that you saw that would triggered you, or also reference if you've stopped watching some of those channels because of their fear-based marketing, or are you terrified about something because you saw it on some video. Put it in the comments section. I read every comment. And the only one thing I will tell you is I am a prolific editor of my comments. If I see someone who's just being hateful, harmful, hurtful, I just hide them from my channel, because that's them pushing fear and power over top of others, and I won't allow that to happen on my channel. You put profanity on my channel, I'm going to hide you from my channel. This is a safe place. My channel is a safe place. I'm not pushing fear. I'm not pushing anger. I'm not pushing things you don't know, or secret hidden knowledge, or predestined anything. I'm only talking about the power within you. And if you want to put negative comments on my channel, I'll say bye-bye to you now. Because the second that negative comment comes on my channel, I'm just going to hide you. And it's not going to bother me when I do it. And your comment's not going to bother me, because I know that's your fear-based ideologies that are bubbling out and trying to affect others. And you're not going to put fear on my channel. And that's my thought on this. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See you. Bye.